Welcome back, everyone. You've definitely, I'm sure, noticed that severe weather moving across the south and east coast the last couple of days. This is the aftermath of the storm at a pet groomer in Gaffney, South Carolina. This is in the upstate. The roof you see on the ground, it first landed in the road. Officials say that there were a few pets inside that store at the time, but we're glad to tell you everyone's okay. No one's hurt. The pets are safe as well. And Scott, I know you've been busy today along with Jeff Borick in the Weather Center tracking this particular storm, and it's dumped a lot of rain so far.
Yeah, that's been the main thing for our area. Everything really died off before it got to our area, which was good news. We did have a tornado warning earlier this morning down into Bacon County and a few severe thunderstorm warnings. No reports on any significant damage from any of those situations, but overall, much better situation here than other parts of the southeastern U.S. where the storms were a lot stronger. Here's the view overlooking downtown. Even a little bit of sunshine peeking through with some lower clouds off to the west there, bringing in some more rain for parts of our area. But as we mentioned before, definitely beneficial heavy rain from this. Some spots, Viper radar estimating up to about an inch of rain falling, even down into around 2 inches, just a little bit more than that, down into Bacon County, where we did have one of the stronger storms earlier today. So this will definitely help us out, at least in the short term, as far as the drought situation. But as far as the heaviest storms, the strongest storms, they are now off of the coast. This is really the last line of broken heavy rain that's moving through right now, stretching from Hampton County down into Long County, moving from west to east. All the heaviest activity is now over the Gulf Stream, definitely feeding off of that warmer water, but just some light to moderate rain with what is on land right now. And this will be moving toward the coast within the next hour or so. And then once the cold front really pushes through the area, a lot colder air will begin to filter into the region, but still wind gusts have been in excess of 30 miles per hour. We had wind gusts in excess of 40 miles per hour, even without severe storms across the entire area. So that frontal boundary is pushing through right now. That is bringing in some colder air behind it, which will set us up for a freezing start to St. Patrick's Day. But we've been also dealing with some snow across North Georgia, the mountains of Tennessee and North Carolina with this system as it has been moving through. So a colder Tuesday, a colder St. Patrick's Day is expected. And as we look ahead to Wednesday morning, conditions will be even colder with low temperatures in the upper 20s to lower 30s for much of the area. So for tonight, we do have a freeze warning in place until 10 o'clock Tuesday. Low temperatures will be between around 31 to 32 degrees. There's a freeze watch for Wayne County and further to the south. Freezing conditions are possible, but just above freezing in areas not included in that warning for tomorrow morning. But tomorrow night is going to be a little bit colder. For tonight, 33 for the low temperature, mostly clear, definitely freezing conditions for our inland communities. So protect the tender vegetation. A lot of plants have already begun blooming, and this could cause some issues with that. Even a brief freeze could cause some issues with some plants being lost. Now, as far as tomorrow, we will warm up pretty nicely compared to the morning hours into the 50s, but a jacket is going to be needed all day. The winds will remain strong for the boaters, gusting to around 25 knots, starting to subside during those afternoon hours as far as those winds, and that's what will help us to have colder conditions for tomorrow night. So just above freezing for Savannah tomorrow morning, mid-50s for the afternoon highs. That breeze will make it feel a little bit cooler, but as those winds start to relax a little bit, we'll be right at freezing for Wednesday morning, and then the 60s return for the afternoon, and then for Thursday and beyond, we will gradually warm back up into the 70s. Spring begins on Friday with temperatures trending just above normal. And then for Saturday and for Sunday, the 80s are back into the forecast. But then next Monday, cooling off a little bit as some shower chances return for us. But at this point, not looking like anything severe in our 7-day forecast. So definitely good news there. Enjoy the St. Patrick's Day tomorrow, but it is going to be a chilly day.
Yes.